Hey guys, today I'll be firing up some Sinagua inspired pottery that I've recently made. It's gonna be a good old time, so let's get started. I think this will be a good spot to set up for our firing. Let's do this. So what I'm basically doing here is I'm just gonna dig a shallow pit. You can tell it's rained quite a bit here lately. This sand is pretty damp. But hopefully this pre-firing will get it all dried out a bit. Hopefully. I don't want to go too deep with it though. This isn't going to be like a crazy pit. Just something shallow. All right, I got my pit dug. All I gotta do now is collect some firewood to get this fire started. These small branches make excellent starter firewood. Let's grab a few of these. This should be, ooh, that's a good size branch. I think I'll save that one for the later firing. Yeah, these will work good. Grab a bunch of these little, some of these are pretty damp though. This could be an enjoyable fire to get started. All right, so I've got my wood all stacked. We're ready to light this thing now. And there we go. Boom. Just like that. Those skinny sticks sure do wonders. All right, this warming up fire is going really well right now. So here's a quick lineup of everything that I'm gonna be firing today. I've got here a smudge bowl that I made. Unfortunately, I used some new test clay and it dried kind of crackly. The same with this little jar that I made right here. So I did not burnish them and they didn't get a lot of love, unfortunately. I did wind up making these guys right over here with some clay that I know that works really well for this. Since this is a test firing, I wanted to make sure everything went well. As you can see, I've got this guy really well burnished up right here. That's a pretty one. And I've got here, this is gonna be a smudge bowl. The inside will be black, hopefully, once it's all fired. And then I've got these guys right over here. So we got them warming up. I'll just rotate these around every so often. Since it's pretty cold out here, I wanna make sure they're nice and warmed up before they go into this inferno here shortly. All right, now for the wonderful moment when we light this thing. All right, so we got the fire going pretty well right now. I'm a little bit surprised because some of those branches were a little bit on the damp side, but this is looking pretty good. So I'm just gonna let it do its thing. We'll get this thing revved up here. Shouldn't be long until that happens. All right, so this fire looks like it was pretty good. It is almost burned out. I'm gonna let it fully burn out though before I start taking this stuff out, let it cool pretty good. It's kind of a chilly day out here in the desert, surprisingly, and if you can imagine that. So I don't wanna take any risk of it cooling down too quick and cracking really fast. So I'm just gonna let this cool down until it's ready to be pulled out. All right. Let's get you out of here, my little friend. Hope you made it. Well, that sure was another successful firing, I think. Boy, I hit some crazy temperatures, and I did have some issues looking at the final results on these things, but I think they turned out still pretty darn beautiful. This guy's got a lot of carbon on him for some reason, but if you look real close, there's a lot of little micro cracks that run through the slip. I think it got a little bit way too hot for the clay that I was firing in this thing, but boy, it sure is still beautiful. Look at the crazy fire clouds on the bottom there. That is so cool. And then of course I got one of my smudge bowls that I made. This one actually turned out really good. Just look at the inside of that. Is that cool or what? That is so dark. I think I'm gonna use this bowl for something. It's a pretty nice size. Boy, that's beautiful. Again, I had a lot of carbon issues on this one as well. Very strange. Haven't had carbon issues on just basic planeware in a long time. I suspect though it's because I cheaped out. I've been using some Palo Verde scrap branches that I've been finding all around here, and not the good mesquite stuff, so it doesn't burn as clean. I wound up using it though because I did want it to be a little bit dirty, give it that nice worn feel to it, but that stuff might have gotten a little bit too hot for the clay. I think these look pretty beautiful though, don't you think? I really hope you enjoyed today's firing. If you did, please be sure to consider hitting that subscribe button and helping this channel grow. I really appreciate all the support you guys have given me. All right, thanks so much for watching, guys. Till next time, my friends.